I'm from Birmingham in England. My name's Kieran Donaghy. I'm an English language teacher. I've been teaching at UAB Idiomes Barcelona for the last 16 years. I've been a language teacher for 26 years. My particular area of interest is films and the use of films in language teaching. Yeah, I think I always wanted to be a teacher. I particularly like teaching seniors because they're great fun.
El teacher sempre ens diu que ell s'ho passa molt bé amb la gent gran.
They've had lots and lots of experiences and they've got great anecdotes. They've always got something to say, so the classes can be really, really good fun. And also I think they really value the work of the teacher as well, which is quite satisfying as a teacher. Motivation for learning is not just to pass an exam, which sometimes as a teacher, perhaps some younger learners, their only motivation, it's very extrinsic motivation, is just to pass an exam.
M'interessa molt aprendre anglès.
És molt necessari.
És una llengua internacional.
A mi m'agrada molt viatjar.
Sortir fora a l'estranger.
I llegir. L'anglès s'ha fet imprescindible.
Personalment, a mi m'omple.
They're learning it because they want to learn it. They didn't have an opportunity to learn it when they were younger, so they're very, very motivated to learn. So they're ideal students. The fact that they're very hardworking, they're very constant, they've got a very positive attitude towards language learning, which really helps the teacher.
Any similarities, any differences that you noticed? Okay, just a couple of minutes, yeah, okay.
The older learners, they're not so frightened about making mistakes. And to learn a language, to learn anything, you've got to make mistakes. If you're afraid of making mistakes, you're not going to communicate, you're not going to progress. Which I find with the seniors, particularly with speaking, they're not frightened of making mistakes. So I think in learning a language, it is shown that good language learners are quite adventurous and they take risks. And that's one way of improving, by taking risks through trial and error, improving. So that's the reason why I think it's good that the senior students are not so frightened of making mistakes. The benefits of learning a foreign language for senior students, I think there are a number of benefits. It can prevent cognitive loss. They also enjoy learning vocabulary a lot, and what they seem to like a lot with the vocabulary is that the fact that it's recycled a lot, which is something which we do with all courses, but even more so with senior courses. Because of the cognitive loss, the students probably need to encounter the vocabulary more times. So we do quite a lot of repetition and recycling of vocabulary, and the students seem to like that, and they seem to appreciate that as a particular strategy which we use for them as older learners. We don't just encounter the vocabulary once, we come back again and again.
You could maybe say, I don't know, for example, you could say cosmopolitan. Okay, yeah, expensive.
And it passes from short-term memory to long-term memory. So this recycling of the vocabulary, students seem to particularly like this, and it does seem to be an effective technique for older learners.
Cada paraula que ens pot ser una mica difícil d'entendre ja ens fa també una explicació.
And it's a form of brain training, and particularly studying English rather than another Romance language, studying a Germanic language is very, very good for them. If they were studying French, it would be much easier, or if they were studying Italian or Portuguese, it would be much easier for them. So it's much more beneficial learning a language from another family.
Okay. 25. The other way around. So it's quite expensive.
They were used to a more traditional type of teaching, a type of teaching where the teacher just spoke all the time and they made notes, they couldn't really ask questions. And the methodology that we use here at UAB Idiomes is a very communicative methodology where we give the students lots and lots of chance to put the language which they've studied in class or at home into practice in speaking, so they seem to like that a lot. At the beginning they find it quite difficult to adapt to that. But once they do adapt to it, they enjoy speaking very much. I'd say it's probably the activity which they enjoy most.
Okay then, so what did you think?
For me, the best is the conversation.
I like all the activities in the class.
Totes les activitats que proposa el professor són molt interessants. Quan parlem per parelles i després les pel·lícules que també veiem.
My area of interest and expertise is film, so I particularly like showing them films. When we watch a film or a television series in the class or outside the class for homework, the students are encountering lots of this authentic language, this functional language, colloquial expressions in a real context. It makes it easier for the student to understand in lots of ways.
Quan tu sents la pel·lícula, ja saps de què va.
M'ajuda a veure com parlen ells per intentar agafar l'entonació i la vocalització.
But then also to learn about the culture of the language as well.
Just very quickly, any adjectives to describe learning? Okay?
Very often I show films which are silent films or with very little dialogue. And what I find with this is this takes away the stress of when they do a listening comprehension, they can get quite stressed by this. But whereas if we show a film with very little dialogue or silent, the students understand everything because of the strong visual features of the film. And I think they're a fantastic prompt for speaking. So very often I use the short films just to put it on. The short films only last 2 or 3 minutes, but from those 2 or 3 minutes, we maybe get 40, 45, 50 minutes of speaking, of communication. So I think it's a very good return on investment, showing a short film and then having lots and lots of communicative activities, lexical activities as well. One of the reasons that they enjoy coming is the social element, that they can mix with other students and they make very strong friendships. Very often they go for coffee before class or after class, they go for lunch, they go for dinner.
Som un grup molt compacte i ens ho passem molt bé junts.
Som gent molt agradable, som gent molt simpàtica i de seguida te fas amb ells.
They have a great time, they're always laughing, there's a very good atmosphere in class.
Una classe particular és més avorrit.
El grup enriqueix.
Un s'ajuda a l'altre i coses que un no sap, ho sap l'altre.
They support the other students. If one student misses class, the other students always scan the homework, send the homework to the other students. They let them know what the homework is. And there's a very nice atmosphere in the class.
Surten temes molt concrets i cadascú doncs, aporta el que pensa sobre aquell tema.
Sometimes the older students are quite isolated in society, and then coming to class, it's a way of meeting other students as well. And I think it also opens up culture to them, that they can watch films in English, they can read books in English. So very, very, very often that they talk about that as one of their main motivations. And another motivation is for travelling, that they can actually put the English into practice.